What's going on, everybody? My name is Michael. I'm the owner here at Bluegrass Metal Creations in Franklin, Kentucky. Welcome to our YouTube channel. We've been meaning to start this for a while. I've had people asking me and stuff, and we've also put it out that we're going to start one. So this is just my introduction. The small town fab shop. I do everything from railings to custom parts to metal signs to full-blown chassis fabrication and whatever else, If it involves metal, I'll try to do it. I like learning new things. So this is the reason that we're starting the YouTube, because I enjoy watching all the other content creators, fabricators and stuff on YouTube build things, and figured I'd just throw my hat in the ring and go for it. So we're just a small business, nothing crazy. It's just me and my wife at the moment. So it's hard to find time to actually shoot videos and stuff. So I'm going to try to do one a week maybe as of right now. But if the ball gets rolling good and I see that it's worth my time doing, I'm going to do more and more and more. But as of right now, we're working on this GMC here, doing a full air ride setup for a client. I'm actually building the control arms and everything from scratch. I'm doing the jigs right now, getting those set up, and that will probably be my first episode showing how I built the control arms, and then we're going to cycle them on the truck and just go through and everything. And I know a lot of people like watching that type of stuff to learn. They're visual learners, because I'm a visual learner also. So hopefully somebody takes something from it. Maybe I can learn some stuff with everybody else. So welcome to the channel. There'll be more put out as I can, like I said, but I just wanted to put out this little video to let everybody know that the ball is finally rolling. Just been so slammed and blessed to be that way. I'm not complaining at all. We're really fortunate to have the customer base that we have here, and it truly is. It's what I wanted to do my whole life, was to own a fabrication company. So it's every day I wake up, I'm living my dream. So I'm not going to complain. But this is just something else to add to it. But follow along with us, share, comment, subscribe, whatever the YouTube people say. I'm just now learning. So stick with me. Hopefully we can learn some stuff together and build some cool shit. All right, guys. So we have the lower jig finished for the driver's side lower on the GMC build that we're doing. We found our measurement center from the factory ball joint here. We took our measurements and came back to where we're going to narrow the arm, where our DOM arms that we're building for the truck is going to be. So we found the center of that location. We made this piece here to fit inside the machine lip of the ball joint cup. That way when you locate this, there's no play, everything's tight. You don't want any slop. And we made our little top hat. And this just bolts down. Take your West Virginia socket set, snug it up, and there you go. Ball joint cup's locked in place. And of course you have your factory measurements here where everything will bolt on, because you're building them off the factory arms, but your distance has changed now. So now we can throw this arm out of the jig, put our new DOM bushing ends and sleeves and locate all those into the jig. And then we'll have to cut our 1.5" by 188 wall DOM to start building the actual lower. So that's what we're going to do next. So as soon as I get the DOM cut and everything, we'll come back and I'll show you how I bend or whatever we're going to do to locate the DOM to the new ball joint cut. Yeah, I ordered a bunch of material today. I have a huge stair job that I am actually in the middle of building. So that's all. Most of this is just for that. But if you look right here, we have our 1.5" by 188 wall. We bought a full 20-foot stick of DOM. So now, got to get it out and get it in here and get everything measured, and we'll get it cut. But yeah. All right, guys. So we've got our pieces of tube cut. I've got one tacked in already, and everything's coped where everything fits nice and flush. You get a good weld, and everything's pushed back for a landing for when you do get a weld. But I was going to take and give you a quick tip. Bevel your edges on all of your stuff. See that? You see how that pipe is nice and beveled? This is a 1.5" 188 wall DOM tubing. But always bevel back. If I can get it to focus. Bevel back where you're going to weld. That way your weld has somewhere nice to set in and penetrate. But also what I was going to show you,
you see that nastiness on the inside of that pipe, you could take like a deburr tool and clean that out. But one thing that I use when doing anything pipe-wise is one of these. So take you one of those, get in here and polish that out a little bit. Nice and clean. That way you have a better weld, better finish. I don't know if you can see real good or not, but we've got the whole front end of all the factory components stripped. Of course, we built the jigs off of the factory uppers and lowers as far as the mounting locations. Everything's going to be narrowed, but now what we have to do, since we're not going to put them back in the factory spots, we're actually, the uppers are going to be raised, and then of course the lowers are going to be bolted back in the same spot, but they're narrowed. So we have to cut all of this off the factory frame rail, get us a nice clean slate to where we can start mocking up our actual upper control arm tabs with our plate and our bag mount, and figure out shocks and everything else. So what we're going to do now is just take the plasma, burn all this stuff off the frame rail, clean everything up, so that way we can put the lower in and see where the bag's going to set and the upper, and we'll get to doing that now. All right, guys. So we've got our upper arm, our temporary tabs here. We just burnt those out of some 10 gauge until we get everything fine tuned to where we know the drawing's perfect. Then we'll burn them out a 1/4 inch plate. We've got the lower arms bolted in. I did go ahead and weld once I knew everything was lining up the way I wanted it to, I went ahead and welded this cup solid because I had to press the ball joint in and I didn't want to risk busting a tack or something like that. So went ahead and welded them out, and got the ball joints in, got the spindle ream to 10-degree taper for the new style ball joints that's in this truck. But so far everything's looking good. It cycles through great, which we still have to take off the doghouse and all the sheet metal and start that before I can like finally be like, yeah, it's perfect. But as for right now, everything looks good. We've got to still put our plate in and get our bag set up. I built these a long time ago to set up for airbags when they're laid out. It's easier than using the actual bag. But once we get that in, we'll get the actual bag mount and all that done. But the frame's clean, everything's stacked up, everything's looking really good. So from here, it's, like I said, pulling the doghouse off, starting to cut sheet metal to where we know everything at full drop's good and cycle up and down. But so far, everything looks pretty good. Just wanted to show everybody before we end the video. But this will be it. Hope everybody enjoyed watching. Like I said, on the passenger side, we'll go through building the upper and the whole kit and caboodle. Just first video showing you how I jigged up the lower, got everything tacked in. I don't know if I showed putting in the cross brace or not, but there's a cross brace here. I just had bolted on the truck to find the distance before I'd done this. Want to plate all of this in because it's fugly when you have to cut everything off. But so far, so good. Everything's looking great. And yeah, there we go. Still got to do the steering and all of that stuff with the bump steer kit. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and from this, we're going to strip all the sheet metal so we can start getting into that part so we can get everything at full drop to double check everything. And then it'll be time to hopefully throw these back in the jig and get everything welded out solid. All right, guys. So everything looks good for now. We won't know much more until we get everything starting to cut the firewall out, the tub it, get all the sheet metal out of the way. And once we have the truck actually laid out, I know we have to modify or probably build a new transmission cross member. Like I said, this front kit and everything, I want to market down the road once there's a blue million miles on the truck and I know everything works well. So that'll be the same thing with the cross member if I can build a production run of those to market and sell. Because at the end of the day, I do this for a living. So I like to make $1 off the sweat equity every now and then. But I appreciate everybody watching. Like I said, I do so much work. It's not just truck-based stuff. It's everywhere. If you check out like Bluegrass Metal Creations on Facebook, TikTok, Bluegrass Metal Creations Kentucky on Instagram. I don't post a lot on Instagram. I need to. Like I said, I'm just a busy dude.
But if you check out those, you'll see some of the things like it's a full scale of, I build everything. I have contracts with a company in the hometown near Lafayette, Tennessee, in Red Bowling Springs. I do all their stainless work, all their stainless welding, all their sanitary stuff. I do have a contract through some apartments in Bowling Green. I'm building 7 stairways now that I have to have done. I have a printing company, fabric soap company. I mean, I do work for a lot of people. So the truck stuff is what we're going to start out with. But if there's something that you would like to see built, or if you just want to see like a day in the shop, or just whatever, just comment down and let me know. And we're going to try to do a variety of different videos, not just one thing or the other, like I said, because I have such a broad spectrum here of things that I do. I want to film a little bit of all of it, but we'll try to do 1 video a week on the truck right now and see how that goes. But I appreciate everybody that watches this, shares it, subscribe to my channel. Just like I said, I'm just throwing my hat in the race and seeing how this YouTube thing goes for now. But I appreciate it, guys, and get out there and build something cool, man. Get off those phones. Put your head up and look at what you're doing and not what you got in your hand. I hope you have a good day, guys. See you.